Why does Netflix Avatar series feel different from the cartoon? There's multiple factors why as a kid we love the cartoon so much. It's funny, sad, fun. It's basically an emotional roller coaster. But when you watch the live action,
My name's Sokka, rhymes with Aka and Waka Waka.
it feels dull. I have no emotions watching it, I didn't fall in love with the characters. The actors feel like they don't have enough chemistry. I meant no disrespect to the talented people working hard to make the shows. This video is just my personal opinion. Honestly, the live action is an okay experience for me, although I skipped some parts. First, let's talk about the editing. Let's compare a scene between the cartoon and the live action.
I am Prince Zuko.
How do you feel after watching these two scenes? The first problem I spot is the pacing of the edit. Notice how in the cartoon each of the shots lasts that much longer, creating more suspense. We see Sokka's reaction, we see everyone's reaction. Me being a kid back then was terrified and intrigued by the power of the Fire Nation. But in the live action, yeah, he arrived immediately. There's no suspense at all, which is the main emotion of the scene. I get that they're trying to cram everything into 8 episodes, but when you take out the main emotion of a scene, it will feel dull. And we didn't see any funny encounters between Sokka and Zuko. The problem with the pacing doesn't just happen on this scene, it happens multiple times. There's no build up to the emotion of a scene. Everything just constantly happens, which is why it makes the overall film feel dull. Now, because of this problem, I don't fall in love with most of the characters. In the cartoon, we immediately fall in love and relate to the characters, but in a Netflix show, we can feel that something is missing. According to these articles, humans' attention spans are getting shorter nowadays thanks to social media. The higher-ups that work in the shows probably think shorter pacing will keep the audience engaged more, which I disagree entirely, because you're making a film, not a TikTok video. Not everything needs to be short. The writing. A good film will rarely have characters showing their struggles and pain through dialogue. A good writer will know how to express their character's emotion through visuals instead of dialogue. Why the entire Netflix show feels bland for me is because some characters like Aang, Katara keep repeating their feelings to the audience. Take a look at Denis Villeneuve's opinion regarding this, the director of Dune. Loved that film. If you put too much dialogue in a film, it will feel bland, and the audience will only connect to it on a surface level, which is something the cartoon really excels in doing. Look at the storytelling they did in Tales of Ba Sing Se, an episode from the cartoon. We see Uncle Iroh mourning the death of his son, praying. We see Momo, a character who can't even talk, yet they successfully connected my emotion with Momo's emotion. This single shot is enough to explain the entire story. Unlike...
What if I never learn how to control my power? Being the Avatar isn't just about fighting. It's about helping people. If I can learn to be the Avatar, maybe I could bring the place I knew. I'm the Avatar. This is all my fault. It's the Avatar's job to protect the natural world. Sky Bison. Sky Bison.
Repeating it doesn't help.
You talk too much.
Characters. There's also a very distinct character's arc of everyone in the animated series. Aang is just a kid who wants to have fun and go on adventure, but at the end of book 1, he realizes his actions have consequences and take up his responsibilities as the Avatar. There's a clear and long transition. In a Netflix series, yeah, he still wanted to have fun in the first episode, but the moment he wakes up from the iceberg, he immediately feels the responsibility and becomes serious. He doesn't want to go on an adventure, no penguin sledding, no giant koi fish ride, creating a linear shallow character's arc. I want to see him ride a koi fish.
What's there? Here, we'll ride the hopping llamas. Then way over here, we'll surf on the backs of giant koi fish. Then back over here, we'll ride the hog monkeys. They don't like people riding them. but that's what makes it fun.
Also, he already knows everything about the spirit world. In the animated series, he doesn't know anything at all and has to learn it himself. And why is Sokka and Katara in the spirit world? Sokka. He's supposed to be sexist in season 1, yet we see no bickering about this matter and he cheated? Really? Suki. She's not supposed to be a simp to Sokka in my opinion. She is this strong, independent female character whose sole purpose is to make Sokka grow and become the leader he is in Book 3. Katara. No struggles to learn waterbending.
Nice! I wasn't even really trying.
The moment Aang gives her advice and she instantly becomes a master, she can stop a huge fireball with the water being this far away? I thought she's a beginner. No jealousy to Aang for mastering waterbending quickly. Oh right, Aang didn't waterbend at all in the live action. She seems to have her life figured out. Another linear shallow character arc. Fire Lord Ozai. Why? Why reveal him now? The entire purpose of his story is to be this mysterious, dark, powerful figure. But when you reveal him and give him a lot of screen time, it takes away the element of surprise when you show him later. The animated series nails the mysterious element of Fire Lord Ozai, which, as the audience, we can feel the dangerous, powerful vigor behind the conflict. We as humans tend to fear the unknown. And also, he's sad for burning Zuko? He's supposed to be this heartless, compassionless figure. He's willing to do anything for power. It's okay if you don't humanize a villain. Now, the key point of the story in the animated series is learning. We humans are always learning. There's never a perfect character. In every episode in the cartoon, there's always something to learn about. It's literally what Katara says.
He has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone.
In episode 8, book 1, Winter Solstice part 2, Aang learns about Sojin Comet and realizes he can't keep having fun. He has to learn the 4 elements and defeat the Fire Lord before summer. In episode 9, the Waterbending Scroll, Katara learns that her competitiveness and anger has consequences, putting the team in danger. To make the audience fall in love with the characters, you have to give something the audience can relate to. Struggles, pain is what makes a multi-dimensional character's arc. If you got everything figured out in the beginning, the characters don't grow with the audience. There's no goals to achieve, no challenges to conquer, no bickering to solve. The only characters I like in live action are Iroh and Zuko. The actors portrayed them really well. I feel a connection to their backstory. In the scene when Iroh joins Zuko on his journey, they successfully show the emotion visually. They did a really great twist on making his crew the 41st Division. It's just a shame I didn't properly connect to these live action characters because the set design, the costumes, the VFX, everything is spot on. And Omashu, so pretty. The North Pole is great. It triggers my childhood happiness seeing this world coming alive. As a film graduate myself, I hate to give this comment. I know how hard these guys work hard for the film, but still, it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. People's expectations are ridiculously high. Everything I discuss here is just my personal opinion. I didn't mean to offend anyone, feel free to take it or leave it. If you made it this far into the video, click the red button as I'll be making more of this kind of video. Bye now!
This is Appa, my flying bison.
Right, and this is Katara, my flying sister.